Welcome back, guys. Here we are, about to look at the testimony. Who shot what?
I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say, 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then I called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10. And the one who was in the room at that time was my partner, not me.
That's not what the autopsy says.
When he says he was clear about the time of death, is he talking about the coroner, or is he talking...
The doctor.
The doctor was clear about the time of death?
Yeah.
Then why does the autopsy give a window?
That's a good question. Very good question.
And the only one in the room at that time was my partner, not me.
And how do you know that? How does he know that?
With that, he could just say, like, he assumes it, right? He's just accusing him, or he's trying to, like, he just generally...
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he can't know it definitively.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you contradict that?
Those times are rather close, I have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as a basis for your alibi.
It is easy to explain the situation, Herr Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love, available at Walmart and everywhere else, though it's censored on Walmart. Cue the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Do it 100 times and the result is the same. Your album's only 2 minutes and 15 seconds? What a ripoff. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus Pocus requires an admirable focus. And since the time of the death determined by the doctor, there was an incontrovertible truth.
Very well. The prosecution warns that we're dealing with a matter of precise times, and we can expect a cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
I would hope the defense refrains from this customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus of this case so clearly demands.
Point taken. Baseless remarks will get you a penalty.
Ooh.
Carry on, Mr. Wright.
Carry on, right. Who shot what? Okay.
Let's press
You know, one
the
thing
shoot.
I want to, another thing that was kind of odd was earlier it said, we ended up presenting the gun to his statement that said that there was only one gun. And yet the evidence, the gun, that you had to present doesn't say anything about there being two guns. So it's the fact that ended up going there is just kind of weird because there's nothing that specifically in the evidence says that contradicts. It's like it is known that we already brought up that there was two guns, but it doesn't have it attached to the evidence. Usually you have to the evidence has to specifically say something that contradicts the statement in the description of the evidence. We've had times in the past where we tried to present something against something that we knew contradicted, but it didn't say specifically in its description anything about that. And we had to, in a really convoluted way, get the witness to, talk about it or something like that. I remember. I forget what it was, though. All right. Arrived at the hospital at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20.
Hold it. Yeah, hold it.
The contradiction was that evidence was that the rifling mark matched the victim's... I don't even know anymore. 11:20, can you prove that's when you arrived?
Alas, such a feat might be beyond the great Valant. For there was no one in that room but Magnifi, and he was departed after a fashion.
I have the defendant, Zach Grammary's sworn deposition. I snuck into his room that night with the appointed time. It was 10 minutes before I left the room, and the victim was still alive and I'm guilty.
Okay, so that would be 11:15.
The time indicated by the letter to Zach was 11:05.
Exactly. Which means the witness could have not have entered that room before 11:15. Because his partner was still in the middle of the crime.
I see someone did their arithmetic homework. Good for you, get a gold star.
You see, the defense themselves has corroborated the witness's testimony. Does this all make sense?
Not at all.
I don't fucking know.
Not a problem, or there's a contradiction? Let's say not a problem for now, right?
About the alibi and the time?
Yeah.
Just to think about the time for a moment. Valent is saying he got there when?
Zach got there at 11:05. He stayed for 10 minutes to 11:15. Valent said he got there at 11:20.
Okay, and the doctor says that the death was at 11:10.
Yep.
That somehow wasn't put into the autopsy report, but our
Apparently the
witness
doctor
on the
knows.
stand says definitely for sure the doctor said 11:10.
Yeah.
Wish we had that in evidence.
Not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem right now. I don't see any problem.
If you say so.
Wait. now
Let's
I have a
continue,
problem.
shall we?
Why'd you say it like that?
Sometimes the most magical thing of all, Twirly Twirl, is the truth.
That's all the twirl.
After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor.
Hold it.
You walk in on a murder, and the first thing you do is shoot a clown?
Yeah.
The disciple does what the disciple must. My mentor's request without reason had caused for me to surfeit to sorrow. For what would I, Valant, be now without him? May the soul of Magnifique the Great find greater peace above. This I muttered to myself as I pulled that lonely trigger.
In any case, I believe this is what nothing had more than what we had none did learn.
Aw, poor Gavin.
I just had a little stroke just now. I'm okay though. Don't worry about me. I'm still waiting for the one whose right moments, Herr Attorney.
May I remind you that the baseless remarks will earn penalties. Proceed with that in mind.
Are we at the end already of that?
I don't think so.
Why did he repeat it then in the middle of all this?
I don't know. Doctor examined the body before
That was
the police
annoying. We didn't
arrived.
even like, they repeated. All right. He examined the body.
Hold it!
Did the doctor say anything concerning the cause of death?
Why, yes, I believe he screamed, "My God! He's been shot in the head!"
It doesn't take a doctor to see that. I believe I would have said much the same thing.
And I would have penned a requiem that arose in my soul at that horrid sight. Whatever happened to the good old-fashioned investigation? In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those. Fuck off my case for a second. What the fuck?
We're just pressing things.
Holy shit.
He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m.
Hold it.
I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say that I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise at the time? Yeah, just out of nowhere, be like,
Yeah.
yep, 11:10. Like,
We do usually get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death.
Magic reveals in the making complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex, in this case, is a simple matter of subtraction.
I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. You get a gold star too.
I want a second one! The point here is that the IV the victim was taking. It is quite possible to photograph of the scene Recall what we heard earlier about the victim Magnifique Gramarie's schedule. Every night at 11 o'clock, Magnifique took an IV drip for... Fucking hell. Magnifique took an IV drip for 30 minutes.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes.
Now look closely. Follow the tube from the end of the bag to the end.
Ah, the needle's been removed.
Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. No, that's not doubtless. No, stop.
That would seem to be the case.
Come on, Judge.
That is not doubtless. We're all just assuming getting shot in the head means IV suddenly just goes.
It's common fact.
Oh no, he was shot. I'm out of here. Like, seriously. That's bellboy level bullshit right there, yeah. When the needle came out, the IV no longer drips. Ah! You could just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. And IV liquid always goes into people whose IVs got them in there at the exact same level of time and speed. Nobody accepts IV liquids faster or slower. Actually, I want to know.
Yeah, I wonder.
It's got to be the same amount, right? I mean, it's got to be different
feel like
with every person.
It would be the same. Because it has to do with gravity and not blood pressure, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Well.
No, wait a minute. Blood pressure would have to do with it, wouldn't it? Like, I mean, if you have high blood pressure, there's a lot of buildup of pressure. The gravity has to fight the level of blood pressure inside. It would be like...
If it's a pump, then it's a set rate.
Yeah, if it's a pump. But this is just a gravity drip.
Yeah.
You'd think that the gravity, like, would slow down if there's higher blood pressure.
Pressure travels down the veins from the gunshots and forces the needle out.
You're being a shit. Fuck off.
I'm gonna ask my sister. She's a phlebotomist.
If it's gravity,
She
it
would
varies.
know.
Are you a medical person? Where the fuck is our where's our paramedic?
I get a lot of IVs.
Okay, so it does vary.
I am, it's true.
Yeah, and this looks like a gravity-based one, and that's why I immediately... I need some calories. I'm getting shaky hungry again.
Oh man, for real?
Give me some food.
Oh, what you want? What you want? We got some goldfishes, we got some snacky bar, we got some fruits, we got an orange, a fruit to go.
Goldfishes, please.
I knew it, I had them in my hand.
You guys want to see a Fresh eat some goldfishes?
They're so delicious. That's how Fresh eats goldfishes. Ooh, you make me want goldfishes. Look at them in there. Ooh, getting digested. No, I'm peckish. Fuck, I want some food. Just a little snacky stuff. This is how I eat them. They're like salty, cheesy crackers. They're so fucking good.
Goldfishes are my natural enemy.
That's why he eats them. God damn it. One down, one down. They're usually salted on only one side. You know what? I've noticed that. Did you notice that? I try to put that side down on my tongue. Y'all good there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, pop now.
You would not believe the shit I have over there. That's it, actually. I've told you everything.
I'm reveling in the fact that I have like hundreds of people watching me.
Eat goldfishes. I have a sip. What's a soda?
On one of these shows, we need to have me like open one of those things with the little red stick and the peanut butter on cracker and just sit there while people watch.
Oh my god, can we please get those? I love those, the cheese ones.
Those are the worst. How did people pay for those?
I don't know. My family didn't. My mom would never pay for that. If you want that shit, you can like put it in
My
together.
mom bought them though.
What?
And she never pays extra for things like that.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
They must have been cheap. She would have never done it if they weren't.
Your mom wouldn't have otherwise. Yeah, I just remember it being like the best thing ever because I wasn't allowed to have it, probably. But maybe they
Usually
are
packaged
good.
food like that's exorbitant, like it's stupidly priced because of the convenience.
Like $2 for
Oh,
4
well.
of them.
Guys, I was in school in the 50s, so like they would have been like a dime for 4.
Probably.
All right.
Oops.
The
Sorry, guys.
IV liquid functions for our purposes. It's like an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determines the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began.
IV report added to the court record.
All right, I'm gonna want to look at that.
All right.
And so it was when I, Valant, entered the room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime, Twirly Twirl, was committed. And this is proof.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Did that seem important?
What are we talking about here? Not even.
The fact, basically the timing of and the IV bag. I think we're talking about food.
I want a fruit to go now.
Not an orange.
Step it up, food lady. Thank you, food lady.
You're welcome. I open it for you, so you don't get your fingers all sticky. There you go.
Fruit to-goes are really good. They taste good.
They are good, but we do also eat a fair share of actual fruit.
It's just fruit roll-ups.
It is. That's why I want a dehydrator. I want to make my own fruit leather. Why buy this with the plastic shit on top?
It's just a fruit roll-up that like you trick adults into thinking they're not eating
yeah.
fruit roll-ups. It's hilarious.
I want a dehydrator. Okay, so right now, sure, we'll say that that's important.
But I think that's gonna get us a penalty if it's not.
Okay, let's say not important.
Is that what he's forcing us to do right now? To put us on the record, like make us contradict him? Or is this adding testimony? Because they made such a big deal about...
It normally doesn't give you a penalty.
Okay.
I don't see the penalty bar at the top.
Well, seeing how it's the biggest clue we have at the time of death, I'd say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony.
Is it taking away a detail?
I think it does change the detail.
Sometimes the most magical thing of all, Twirly Twirl, is the truth.
What did it take away?
The water of life springs not eternal. The remaining IV liquids prove my innocence.
Fuck you. I mean, hold it.
Did you notice the IV yourself by chance?
When I first entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm, I did spy a rose drooping and wilted. Its thorn a discarded IV needle.
Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If that IV had been there, why would you might be a suspect? Fuck me.
Seriously, it's taking a while for the food to take effect. I don't know what it's about Phoenix Wright shows, but like the shaky hungry creeps up on me.
Me too. It's weird.
And I'm still got it, like
Aww.
the food will come in. It'll get there.
Probably all the voices. You are doing a shitload of voices this time.
Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color.
Your lucky color?
Indeed, even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it was, without fail, brings me luck. Why then, Why, when Zack and Valent won their first Magician's Grand Prix? Yes, the very one held by the Association of International Magicians. I was adorned in this attire then too, and our trophy was a bust. Ah, what a day that was.
What the fuck are you even talking about?
Grown. This is a trip down memory lane that no one needs.
My lucky color, yes indeed, is green, the color of my thumb. And that IV too. I say, I think 'twas huge, especially for me, Valant. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Valent sure thinks himself looks happy with himself. You know, anytime I see people voice the judge, I don't know when, it's like in random like cartoons about Phoenix Wright, or like I may have seen a Let's Play or something like that somebody linked. The judge is just completely wrong.
Oh, really?
I guess I'm just being a little bit conceited here, but my judge is the only judge, I'm sorry. People judge him as just like either old voice or like, it's really weird. Not even different, just wrong, yeah. A lot of them are, yeah.
Too serious?
More goldfishes!
I agree, yes, I have to agree. Your judge is best judge. Oh my god. Your voice was the voice I always gave him. Do you want a little break? Okay. We can still.
They like to see me eat, right guys?
Right. Oh my god, I could hear them! That was crazy.
Seriously. You know what? Maybe it is.
You know what?
On these shows, I drink caffeine like a motherfucker to keep me really pepped up. I think it just jacks up the metabolism.
Maybe. Can I tell you a secret? The chai tea didn't have caffeine in it.
The 2 coffees did.
That's true. And so does that pop you're drinking right now. How's it going, guys? Gumshoe is also canon. You eat cheesy penguins?
Mmm. And fresh as tum.
You all right now?
So tasty. I like downtime anyways, chatting with the chat.
Yeah. I like them too.
Let's keep this going.
Okay.
Valent sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony?
I don't feel like that matters, right?
All he's talking about is that his lucky color managed to get him out of the situation. Because why? What proves him to be innocent is the IV, so he's lucky. And he stated specifically that he was wearing his lucky color the day
They won
a competition. So unless we can prove that his lucky color is different, that's all he said. Like Clavier said, you're lucky that the IV popped out, otherwise you might be the suspect because the time of death would be different, estimation. And he said, yes, it's because of my lucky color.
But
There's
he never
no way-
said what his lucky color is. It's yellow,
Sure.
because that's what he's
Or pink.
wearing.
He could be wearing, it could be referring to the pink thing he's wearing. He's wearing yellow overall, but he is wearing a pink thing.
Okay.
Your lucky color doesn't need to be the majority thing you're wearing. But
What does the IV report say? Can chat see?
I don't know why the IV has anything to do with it. He didn't state, yes, it's because the IV is the same color as my lucky color.
But it seems some sort of correlation.
Was there?
Yeah.
I didn't hear him. What did he say exactly then? Because I just heard it's because of my lucky color, the same thing I'm wearing today. I didn't hear him say it's because the IV is my lucky color. I don't remember him saying it.
And Fraser saying it's green was Fraser ad-libbing.
I was ad-libbing. I was just talking about his thong. I just thought it would be funny that the thing he's wearing that is his lucky color can't be seen by the court.
Do you want to show chat the evidence that you're scrolling through here? Thank you.
Let's, not a problem. I don't see any problem.
If you say so.
Alright, I want to hear that again, though. Did you notice the IV yourself? Alright. When I first entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me, next the mark of death. Then I did spy a rose drooping and wilted. Its thorn, the discarded IV needle. Knocked from a vein by the force of the shot. Okay. Now here's what we're going to say as contradictory. Nothing here says, you might say it's thanks to my lucky color.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see how this has nothing. The picture in the IV in the picture is green though, so, and I continue to say, so. Yeah, he's saying that it's thanks to his lucky color, which is the color he's wearing right now, which could be pink, yellow, or blue, but let's just assume the game went with what he's wearing in the majority of, which is yellow.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's always without fail brings me luck.
If you're saying green, Fraser brought up green.
I brought up the green as
joking.
I was talking about his thong because I looked for what's the only color he's not wearing right now as a joke.
Yeah.
To be like he's referring to his green thong as being his lucky color he was wearing that day and today and the day of his award. Why when Zach and Valent won their first Magician's Grand Prix?
Are you guys?
What is going on with the IV? Why are you continuing with the green?
I think they're trying to say he's colorblind.
Why? What are you talking about?
No, he's not. Okay, then what the fuck is going on right now?
Why do you keep bringing up the... Can we kill this? At no point does he say, you might say it's thanks to the color of the IV, as the color of the IV is my lucky color. No, he did not say that the IV is his lucky color. He did not say that. Let's go through it again. I did it all. I said that there was no problem with it so we could watch it all over again. And now we're gonna do it all over again.
All right.
Can we like read it line for line here? I just can't stand it when you guys don't like. It's like you're telling me that the sky is red. Okay. It's like you're telling me that like 1 + 2 = 7.
You just skip past it.
When I first entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead, and the IV is green. Oh wait, no, he didn't say that. And then his left arm did spy a rose drooping and wilted. Next, its thorn, the discarded IV needle. No mention of color. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot. Said the IV had been there, why he might have been a suspect. Indubitably so. No color there. I might say that it's thanks to my lucky color. Okay. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Referring to how indubitably so he is lucky that the IV was knocked free. Keep going. Your lucky color? Indeed. Even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it was, without fail, it brings me luck. Why, when Zalek and Valent won the Magician's Grand Prix, yes, the very one held by the Associated International Editions, I was adorned in this attire too, and our trophy was a bust. Ah, what a day that was. So a trip down memory lane. My lucky color, yes indeed. And that IV too. So it's later in it. You guys were saying he just said it. I think it was hued especially for me, Valant. I need more goldfishes, I'm all upset. You guys were saying that he had just said it.
Okay. So, he didn't say green though. Did he? Did he say green?
He said that the ivy was hued the same as his favorite color.
And then the color in the picture is, the ivy in the picture is green. Okay. Jesus. No more snacky breaks mid plot.
Well,
Okay.
Mr. Wright, any thoughts on the testimony?
So it's very important.
There's a contradiction. It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck, but not this time. Mr. Valiant, your lucky colors betrayed you.
I am afraid you've lost me.
Your Honor! The witness's testimony just now contradicts the evidence.
What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope that the latest accusation is well-based.
Don't worry, I've got your bases right here, motherfucker!
Very well. Let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valiant has told us?
Alright, so we're gonna select the crime scene photo.
The crime scene tells it all, Your Honor.
The photo of the crime scene?
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Herr Wright, just where's the contradiction in the photo? My pleasure, and I assure you it is quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness's testimony?
Why did you have to pick the color green when you randomly said a color? That's where I think I got fucked up.
That's, yeah, I think where everybody got fucked up. I literally looked for what he wasn't wearing and said green. And then the second fuck up came from them saying that I don't know if anybody said he just said it, but they said he said that it was
I just
the
totally
same color as the
remember
IV.
that part.
Which, having gone through the testimony second time, we hadn't gotten to that part yet, made it, for me, seem like he had not said it yet, because we were on our second way through analyzing his thoughts.
Yeah.
Kind of it was a cross communication.
I think it was my fault. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We got through it.
Barely.
That's all that matters. Now let's
Don't
press
bug
this,
me when I'm hungry.
Let's press this green IV bag.
It's
Not
the clown.
clown's head.
Contrary to Mr. Wright's promises, this seems pretty black and white to me.
Agreed. How's that?
You're wrong. That black and white enough for you?
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Balanced lucky color is the color of his clothes, right? What contradicts that?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say.
All right.
The green IV bag.
Yeah, I seriously thought the chat was getting hung up on my green joke.
Me too.
It seemed very clear to me.
Yeah.
Valiant Gramarai, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. After the break.